בעזרת השם, ליקוטי מוהר"ן תורה מ"ד. on ארץ ישראל it been said, שנאמר בה ארץ אשר וכולי, תמיד עיני השם אלוקיך בה. The eyes of Hashem יתברך are always looking into Eretz Israel. You look at something that you love, you look at something that you care about. הקדוש ברוך הוא, and עם ישראל, and the תורה הקדושה, and ארץ ישראל, and the mitzvot, is one thing. You feel love to something that you're connected to. גם אוויר עד ארץ ישראל מחכים. Also, the air of Eretz Israel makes you wiser. מחכים is the same letters like the word mechakim, that you're going to wait. If you want something big, if you want to get wiser, so you understand that you should wait. For big things, it's worth it to wait. I'm dedicating this shiur לעילוי נשמת הצדקת חנה Pashe, the daughter of the Rebbe Shlita, the Biale Rebbe. Yesterday, I had a long conversation with him, and Baruch Hashem, he taught me an amazing Gemara. In Masechet Ketubot, it's written that Rava that Rava met a certain person Why do I have this Yetzer Hara all of the time to tell you everything?
Things you haven't told us.
We all have our problems.
Yeah, everyone has his issues. I came to his house, so he told me, I heard about your website. Some person came to me yesterday and he told me that you're doing amazing things, that he heard your class and that he was getting very stronger from your class. It gave him a lot of power. Can you let me see it? So I told him, yes, for sure. So I took out my smartphone. He told me, what, you have internet? So I told him, yes. He said, I'm afraid to have internet. I told him, I understand you. You haven't been through what that I went through, so when you don't have experience with things, so you should be afraid. But when you are a lion trainer, so you need to learn how to jump into the lion cage. A regular person is not getting into the lion cage. Only if you are Tarzan, that you grew up with cheetah.
As a cheetah.
The monkey.
You grew up as a cheetah.
As a cheetah. Cheetah the monkey. So, Bekitzu, guys, stay focused. So I let him saw my classes in Hebrew and he was very happy. He said, show me another one, show me another one. He saw 3 classes of mine in Hebrew. One after the other, he was very happy. He told me, you're going to places, you're able to talk to people, to souls that no one else in this generation is able to talk to. No one else. He says, you already woke up thousands of souls that no one had the ability to reach. And he said, it in Hebrew, I don't know how to translate it, and he said, אתה נמצא בגלות שאין גלות שהיא יותר גלות ממנה. You are in an exile that no one is in an exile that is more exile than that. And this is why you're going to be answered. This is why your prayers will be answered. He told me, you are in exile from all directions, mikol hakivunim. Then I started to cry. But after it, we spoke, and I told him my shita, what did I think that needs to happen. I told him my chidush on chadesh yamenu kekedem, that I think that like that Hashem listened to Nachshon ben Aminadav. And one of my students told me that Nachshon, numeral value of Nachshon is 414, and Dror with the letters is 414. So, Baruch Hashem, Yashar Koach on that. So I told him, so like that Nachshon, Hashem helped him and brought the Geulah by his shita, because only after he jumped into the water, started to jump, so Hashem decided, and Hashem opened the sea like that. And the miracle and the redemption was according to the way of thinking of Nachshon ben Aminadav. So I told him, my chidush on chadesh yamenu kekedem, that Hashem will renew our days kekedem, like my shita, like Cassouto Dror Moshe, like my... Because that's how it have to be. It have to be like that Hashem will reveal all of the kindness. I'm not saying a chidush here, I'm just saying that's how it should be, and not to give up from the mercy of Hashem. Because there are a lot of righteous people that are saying they're going to be Gog uMagog, they're going to be war, there are judgments, Am Yisrael are sinning, people are not listening to Hashem. So there are a lot of methods between the tzaddikim. So I'm just taking one shita and I'm going with that. So I'm saying, let's make the Geulah like my shita. And I think that if I'm the most mekel and I'm revealing the kindness of Hashem Yitbarach as much as you can. Also Rabbeinu, and I'm not saying it on myself, just Rabbeinu said, who is a greater tzaddik than his friend? The one that reveals the mercy of Hashem Yitbarach more than his friend. So I'm not saying it on me that I'm more righteous. I'm just saying that have to be the right shita. Because if you follow the shita that is revealing the kindness of Hashem Yitbarach the most, so that reveals the kindness of Hashem Yitbarach the most. So it have to work. Just we need to be stubborn and not to give up. Hashem didn't bring the Geulah yet because of that. Just because that He wasn't satisfied to bring the Geulah to 20%, to 40%, to 60%, and to kill the rest. By the shita of Gog uMagog, so 2/3 of the world is going down the drain. So who needs that? We don't want that. We don't want Geulah like that. We don't want a massacre, and then who will be able to celebrate the Chag Geulah, the Geulah? Who will have the power to be happy after another Holocaust? We're barely managing today after one Holocaust, so we can survive another one. For sure, it's not an option. So after I told him my shita, what that I think that should happen, so he told me, you remember that Gemara in Masechet Ketubot? So I didn't want to tell him that I don't remember myself opening Masechet Ketubot. You're laughing and I'm crying. Oh Hashem. So I gave him Masechet Ketubot, and he opened Masechet Ketubot, and Masechet Ketubot is saying, before of that, he told me it's very hard, miracles, yes, it will happen like I promised you and I told you, but you need to think, you need to calculate your moves, this, that, and he was right. And then we opened Masechet Ketubot, and in Masechet Ketubot it's written that Rava met a person, and they were sitting together, and Rava is asking that person, what are you eating? Probably wanted to offer him something. So that person is telling him, איך אומרים, אווזים ממולאים? Stuffed geese. That's what he was eating. Very fancy kind of food for those days. And old wine. Rava is looking at him, asking, every day that's what you eat? He said, yeah. That's my meal. That's my meal. Every day. So Rabbi asks him, but you're not afraid of what? The tzibura, the poverty of people, and maybe you're taking your money from other people, maybe you're sure that you spend so much money every day on the meal, maybe there are poor people, maybe you want to lead your life in such wealth, kazot hashirut. So he told him, that person asks to Abba, am I taking from other people's money? Rahmana gives me my money. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is supplying all of my money. I'm not taking from them. That's the way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is supervising on me. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is influencing Shefa. And he gives me this Shefa. And I'm eating from the Shefa that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives me. Rava wasn't happy from that attitude of that guy. But suddenly, the sister of Rava, that he didn't meet her for 13 years, she suddenly came into the house to visit Rava. After 13 years that they haven't met, she came. And she brought him food. And she brought stuffed geese and old wine. And she's putting it on the table. And Rava is looking, and he knows that it's not for him. And he sees that person sitting and receiving his meal just from the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Rava told him, I'm doing tshuva. And Rashi is saying, because I was talking too much. To argue with you on your shita was too many words. You were right. I wasn't supposed to ask you, I wasn't supposed to talk to you. When you told me what you're eating, I wasn't supposed to suspect you at all. I wasn't supposed to ask you, you're not afraid. I was supposed to understand that this is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu leads you, and that's how you should live. So I looked at the Admor, the Rebbe, and I told him, are you doing tshuva now? So he said yes, that I was talking too much. Everything that I'm doing with you, everything that I'm doing with myself, I'm doing it for Am Yisrael. Rav David Alter Chaim Stern said on me that I'm Yireh Shamayim Amiti, that all of my actions are L'Shem Shamayim. I understand that it's hard for people to believe in that. You see, a wounded Baal Tshuva with an Israeli accent, doesn't have a word in Yiddish. How many people are coming to me, trying to talk to me in Yiddish, and I'm smiling to them. Hebrew or English, I tell them. So, Biale Rebbe told me, people will eat on your table with golden forks and knives. I say sakum.
Cutlery.
Cutlery. People will eat on your table with golden silverware. That's what I wanted to say, אבל אני לא. Golden silverware. Okay, nice. It's gonna be colorful over there. We need to understand that when a person is honest with Hashem Yitbarach, so Hashem Yitbarach is honest with him. When you're real with Hashem Yitbarach, so Hashem Yitbarach is with you. If Moshe Rabbeinu was in the generation of the Holocaust, there wouldn't be no Holocaust. Wouldn't be no Holocaust. One of the Admorim said that in the generation of the Holocaust, I don't know if it was the Ger Rebbe, the Rebbe Migur that said it, but one of the Rebbes said that if there would be a righteous man in that generation that was ready to receive or take on himself the insultings, the shames of Eshet Ish, like David HaMelech took on himself the insultings of Eshet Ish, that people suspected him to be with a married woman, if there would be a righteous man, that an Admor, a huge one, that would take on himself those kind of suffering, so the Holocaust wouldn't happen. So you see that there was one person over there in that generation that, okay, he didn't have the power to take it on himself. He said, I don't have the power to take it on myself. But there was a solution. There was a way to do it. In the worst way of them all, okay. But there was a way to do it. So if Moshe Rabbeinu was there, he would do it. All of Am Yisrael suspected Moshe Rabbeinu in Eshet Ish. Everyone said Moshe was hiding with my wife. Everyone. Moshe Rabbeinu made it happen. Moshe Rabbeinu took it on himself. Because Retzon Yireh Yaseh. When there is a Yareh, when there is a real Yareh, a real righteous man, so Retzon Yireh Yaseh, Hashem follows him. Hashem follows him. Tzadik Moshel Yirat Elokim, mi Moshel bi Tzadik. Who controls me? HaKadosh Baruch Hu is asking, the righteous man. He controls me. He tells Hashem what to do. HaKadosh Baruch Hu gozer, the righteous man cancels. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is decreeing, HaKadosh Baruch Moshe Rabbeinu is canceling. The righteous man is canceling. Moshe Rabbeinu is saying this was going to happen, decreeing. HaKadosh Baruch Hu saying, Amen Ken Yeh Ratzon. I have to, no, Moshe said it, Baal Shem Tov said it. You cannot argue. And all the world. Yeah, both sides. If Hashem is saying, the tzaddik can cancel. If the righteous man is saying, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is saying, Amen Ken Yeh Ratzon. I have to keep it. So you see that if the righteous man is going in the will of Hashem Yitbarach and nullifying himself completely to Hashem Yitbarach, that's it. That's how it's going to happen. So, if there is a righteous man, so great, we're all going to follow him. But if there's no one, so you need to jump into the water and to bring Geulah to Am Yisrael. And that's it. Told me, I trust you. I know you're going to accomplish, you're going to achieve, you're going to succeed. He said you're going to bring Geulah to Am Yisrael. It's in our power. I have Rahmanut on my students that are asleep, but I cannot do anything except of praying for them. That's Hashem's will, that all of Am Yisrael are going to do things together. Am Yisrael will not going to wake up by the merit of one righteous man. All of Am Yisrael needs to wake up. All of Am Yisrael, needs to help each other, needs to go and to talk to people and to give classes and to reach out to everyone. So I reached out to thousands of people. Great. What is this number compared to the number that we really need to reach? It's klum. It's nothing. I have the keyboard. Great. Wonderful keyboard. The numbers of letters that we need to send through that keyboard, number of videos that we need to upload. We're talking about millions of videos. We're talking about millions of articles, millions of books that needs to be written. To cover the world, to bring real Geulah, that all schools going to talk about Hashem, all kindergartens going to talk about Hashem, all universities going to talk about Hashem, everything going to be science of how to know Hashem. Faith science in college, you're going to learn faith science, you're going to learn garden of Emunah, garden of peace, garden of gratitude. That's on that you're going to make your master on Shlom Bayit, you're going to make your master on educating your children with love. That's how you're gonna be a doctor in Shlom Bayit. You're gonna be a master in faith, in 6 hours Hitbodedut, in talking to Hashem. You're gonna teach Shmona Esrei how to talk. That's gonna be the center of the universe. That's gonna be the center of the world. Emunah center. Yeah. That's God's will. So Avir Ad Eretz Yisrael Machkim. The air of Eretz Yisrael makes you wiser, gives you the wisdom how to wait. Machkim, shon mechakim. Abba Litaer, omrim lo amten. If you come to get wiser, to be purified, so they tell you to wait. ועל ידי זה נזדכך מוחו. And by that, his mind, his brain is being purified. היינו מחשבתו means his thoughts. He's not afraid anymore. מחשבתו, the word מחשבתו, his thoughts, a positive thought is the Yetzer HaTov, and foreign thoughts, bad thoughts, thoughts of sadness and depression are foreign thoughts, that is the Yetzer Hara. So מחשבתו, his מחשבות, the positive מחשבות is the letters of moach shivto. He is thinking how to come back to Hashem. On that he's thinking all day long, how I'm going to come back to Hashem. That's his brain. All day long, how I'm going to do tshuva, how I'm going to come back, what should I do, what I'm going to do, how I'm going to get closer to Hashem Yitbarach, how I'm going to please Hashem, how I'm going to fix the world, how I'm going to do things for people that are suffering, okay, what can I do for them? He's not thinking what is required and what Hashem can do and what... He's taking the responsibility on himself, that's it. וזה פירוש ראיתיה לזכור ברית עולם. And it means that Hashem Yitbarach, he sees Eretz Israel and he remembers the covenant, the agreement that he's got with us forever. Uritia, and I saw her, Eretz Israel. על ידי בחינות ארץ ישראל, by those aspects of ארץ ישראל, על ידי זה נתעורר ונתקן ברית עולם. That covenant is waking up and being fixed. בחינות תפילה, the aspects of prayer. חי ברכן דצלותה, 18 ברכות of prayer. Tzaddik Chai Almin, the righteous man that he is the source of life of the world, of the universe. Kol ze העניין, all of those words, מתחילת סימן מם ד' עד כאן, from the beginning of that Torah, מם ד' until here, מחובר יחד, is one thing. וכן שמענו רוב דברים אלו בדרוש אחד. And we heard most of those things in one time. רבנו said it in one Torah. אך בכתיבתו הקדושה חלקם קצת. But when he wrote that Torah, רבנו, he was dividing that Torah to parts, to paragraphs. וכן היה דרכו כמה פעמים ולא ידעתי טעמו. And that was his way to cut his Torah, to divide his Torah. And I don't know, Rabbi Nachman said, I couldn't understand why he was doing it. But רבנו הקדוש והטהור, he knew what he was doing and we're following him. Thank you very much. חזק וברוך.